Thank you for joining us here today on Hill Country Happenings News Minutes. On January the 15th, Governor Phil Bryant will give his annual State of the State address starting at 5 p.m. The governor stated that his last address will be a positive one. You'll be able to watch this on select stations. On January the 8th, Secretary of State Delbert Hoseman was in Tupelo visiting the Hawkeye Industries. Now, while he was there, he announced that he will be seeking the election for Lieutenant Governor's seat this coming up election year. The Lieutenant Governor's seat is being vacated by Tate Reeves, who will be seeking the governor's seat along with Jim Hood. At this point, there may be more qualifiers, and we hope to get a chance to speak to many of these candidates that are running for this election year. A magnitude 3.7 earthquake occurred around 4:26 p.m. on January the 5th, and it centered in northwest Hollandale, Mississippi, and was felt across a large portion of the Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi Delta. Washington County EMA Director David Buford informed us that there have been no reports of damages at this time. Deputies are currently en route checking out the area for any damages, and the last we heard there weren't any. And we at Hill Country Network will keep you up to date on this and other science news that comes our way. Check us out on HCN Today. We have special programming there. The New Albany High School presents Seussical the Musical. Director is Mary Beth Muncie. The musical director is Philip Nanny, and this will be performed at the New Albany High School Auditorium. Now, it'll be Friday and Saturday, the 8th and the 9th of February at 7:30 p.m., and then on Sunday at 2 p.m. That's February the 10th. Ticket information is reserved seating is $12 per ticket. General admission is $10 a ticket. For reserved seating, call Amy Wilburn at New Albany High School at 534-1805. Now, this is one of the most performed shows in America. Seussical is a fantastical, magical, musical extravaganza, and it brings to life all of our favorite Dr. Seuss characters, including Horton the Elephant, the Cat in the Hat, Gertrude McFuzz, and Maisie LeBird, and a little boy with a big imagination, Jojo. The colorful characters transport us from the jungle of Newell to the circus of McGurkus to the invisible world of the Who's. Seussical is fun for the whole family. We hope you can go. And it's best to get reserved seating because the seats sell out quick. Now, this semester, the New Albany School System Transportation Department is in the process of conducting a safety review to ensure that students are being safely transported. A major objective is to determine if students are crossing the street to board the bus in the mornings or to unload from the bus in the afternoons. Several changes have been implemented to the routes to ensure that students do not cross the road for transportation. An emphasis has been placed on heavily traveled roads such as Highway 15, Highway 30, Moss Hill Drive, Bratton Road, and Martintown Road. Leisha Stubblefield, the Director of Transportation, explained that the changes in the routes were made to improve the safety of students. This is by eliminating them crossing the street during the loading and unloading times. In addition, the following safety measures and features are being implemented on the school buses. All future route buses have cameras installed on them. These cameras capture and record activity inside the bus as well as activity near the student entrance door and the area in front of the bus. Stop arm cameras have been added to selected buses to help capture the tag number of vehicles that run the stop arm on the buses. Stubblefield said, due to the dangers associated with this infraction, it will be our practice to persecute anyone who passes a stopped bus. Now, the child check alarms have been installed on all buses to ensure that no child is left on the bus sleeping. Now, this alarm system requires the driver to walk to the back of the bus and disarm the alarm, checking for any remaining passengers on the bus. An additional stop sign has been added to the rear of several buses that travel on these busiest roadways. This additional stop sign assures that the stopped bus is visible from greater distances. LED strobing lights have been added to the front and back of the buses that transport students along heavily traveled roadways. LED lights are much brighter and eye-catching, allowing motorists greater visibility. Now, these strobe lights, when the stop arm extends and students are about to load or unload. Safety is our first priority, said Ms. Stubblefield in the New Albany School District. Transportation safety is in the forefront of our minds. We are committed to transporting every student to and from the school safely every day. What a wonderful thing that they're implementing. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get our numbers up. We're almost at 100. We need your help. When you subscribe, you'll get alerts when we add our new programs. And we are looking to get our subscription numbers up, as well as get them higher so we can do more on our channel. So please click subscribe when you go there. We would love to receive emails from you and cards and letters, and all the information is on the screen. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can stop it and write everything down and then finish watching. Now, we at Hill Country Network hope to hear from you. Thank you for joining us here today, and we hope you have a wonderful week.
Of course, the way we're going to do this, I'm going to kick it off with a tune, then we're going to go around this way, and everybody let you know who they are and what they're doing, and we're going to keep the music flowing. So we want you to have a good time. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to do a little thing that I wrote from my own experiences. But back in the day, we didn't have no real nightclub. We went to the juke joint. Y'all know anything about that? So a little thing goes a little bit like this. Going down to the juke joint, have myself some fun. Going down to the juke joint, have myself some fun. You better come on over, come on and get yourself some. I want me a big leg woman, but about a half a mile wide. Want me a big leg woman, but about a half a mile wide. You see, that's the kind of woman keeps me satisfied. I need me a good drink of liquor, some of that real sweet wine. Yes, I need me a good drink of liquor, y'all. Some of that real sweet wine. Everybody looking all right. Everybody having a good time. All right. Play me a little bit over there, man. Turn him up a little bit. want y'all to help me sing it now, okay? I'm going down to the juke joint. Down to the juke joint. Going down to the juke joint. Down to the juke joint. Going down to the juke joint and have myself some fun. Thank you.
Well, I got the washboard, you got the tub. Got the washboard, you got the tub. Sing them together, gonna rub, rub, rub. Hey, washboard, what say tub? Hey, washboard, what say tub? Gonna sing them together, gotta rub, rub, rub. Well, you know it don't make me no difference how clean you may be. Say you don't hold back, baby, from loving me. Yeah, 'cause I got the washboard, you got the tub. Got the washboard, you got the tub. Go sing them together, gotta rub, rub, rub. All right, boy, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I got the whiskey and you got the gin. Got the whiskey and you got the gin. Both of us drink, yeah, you'll get drunk again. Well, now, hey, whiskey, what say gin? Hey, whiskey, what say gin? Let's both of us drink, yeah, we'll get drunk again. Well, you know it don't make me no difference how drunk you may be. Say you don't hold back, baby, from loving me. Yeah, 'cause I got the whiskey, baby, you got the gin. Got the whiskey and you got the gin. Both of us drink, yeah, we get drunk again. All right, boy. Well, I got the needle, you got the thread. Got the needle and you got the thread. Stick them together, gonna sew till we go to bed. Well, now, hey, needle, what's that thread? Hey, needle, what's that thread? Gonna stick them together, got sew till we go to bed. You know it don't make me no difference how long them stitches may be, Say you don't hold back, baby, from loving me. Yeah, 'cause I got the needle, baby, you got the thread. Got the needle and you got the thread. Stick them together, gonna sew till we go to bed. All right, boy. Well, I got the washboard, you got the tub. I got some whiskey, baby, you got the gin. Both of us drink, yeah, we'll get drunk again. Whiskey blues, Sam Jack, y'all.
Can I get a little more on this guitar? Take y'all to the hills of North Mississippi where I was raised, probably about 1940 or so. I sit home, sat knocking bit on my door. Sit home, sat knocking bit on my door. My home, sit knocking bit on my door. I so don't know. I so don't know. I sit home, I sit home. I felt my home been lounging in my bed. Felt my home been lounging in my bed. My home been lounging in my bed. I so can't tell. I so can't tell. Tell me to blow. This goes out to the most important lady in my life. Sitting right here in my lap, her name is Georgia. And regardless of what it sounds like tonight out there, I don't know. She likes to talk.
Tonight, and I wrote this song. I was about 18 years old on the banks of the Mississippi River after I moved to Memphis, and full circle moment, about 20 years later, I actually got to sing it in it completely fleshed out in a song form with the Memphis Symphony Orchestra on the Mississippi River, which was a really crazy thing. A song called Bluebird Song. I went down to the river yesterday, and I found a bluebird song. Yeah, when I the peak of that melody, I knew that this is where I long to be. Hey, I went down to the river yesterday, and I found a bluesman song. Yeah, when I reached the peak of that melody, I knew that this is where I long to be. So if you sing along. If you sing along with a bluebird song, you may find the road, the long road, the hard road. You may find the road a little easier. And I know that love, I know that love, sweet love, it can't be far behind.
I'd like to welcome everybody here today. My name is Brian Hawkins. I'm the president and founder, along with my wife Brenda, wherever she went. We're a family-run operation. She and I, all three of my sons, work here. We've been in business since 1995. We're just having a ball. It's a great place to work, and it's a great family operation too. First, I want to welcome all of our guests here today. We're always excited to have visitors to come to this location. Let me introduce our guest of honor today, who really needs no introduction, I think, to most of you. Delbert Hoseman was elected in 2007 as Mississippi's 8th Secretary of State since 1900. He was reelected to his third term in office in 2015. Delbert is committed to serving the public with open and fair government. In the short time since he was elected, he has worked tirelessly to ensure the integrity of Mississippi's vote. He's worked also tirelessly to ethically manage state lands to guarantee the future of our children and to make our state more business-friendly and attractive for economic development. In his spare time, Secretary Hoseman is an avid hunter and marathoner. He's completed both the New York Marathon and the Boston Marathon and represented Mississippi in the Senior Olympics. I didn't even know that. He was raised in Warren County. Secretary Hoseman comes to the position with a background in business and taxation law. He has his undergraduate degree in business from Notre Dame and a law degree from the University of Mississippi and a Master of Law in Taxation from New York University. He's a former partner of Phelps Dunbar, LLP. He's also served his country in the United States Army Reserve, so we are kinsmen there. Delbert has been married to his wife Lynn for 48 years, 40 for us. They're extremely proud of their 3 children, Kristen, Chad, and Mark, and their grandchildren, Grace, Nora Lynn, Carson, Charlie, Mance, and Charlotte.
And a 4-day-old named Howard.
Well, that's amazing.
Congratulations.
So, folks, this is a smart man, okay? And he is a servant leader. He's dedicated to the job that's put before him. I have watched him for years. And he understands the value of a good staff and how to delegate. Now, that, with the experience that he has, to me, makes him the only person that needs to come to this office that he's about to announce for us, not for me to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Delbert Hoseman.
It is a special time for us, and that's the reason we're here today. Real briefly, y'all hired me 12 years ago. Lynn Ford helped me get elected. When we started 12 years ago, we said we're going to redo the corporate structure and business laws in Mississippi, and we're going to make it very easy to do business in Mississippi. We take 700,000 documents now. We take them all electronically, the most automated Secretary of State, and I lowered the filing fees. Lowest filing fees in the country. We rewrote every single business law. Corporations, LLCs, we do 22,000 of new ones a year now. And Lynn helped get all those through the legislature. We rewrote every law in Mississippi, business law. Once that was done, we took on voter ID. You know, voter ID was going to be the most contentious thing ever. It'll never pass. We're all going to get sued. Hundreds of thousands of people will be disenfranchised. It never happened. Only state that didn't get sued. And we did that by getting everybody together, coming up with people who were for and against, coming into a room, making it work. And now, a recent poll showed 81% of Mississippians have voter ID, regardless of your political party, 81%. So we've turned the pages of history there, and I was pleased to work for you for the 12 years. But as we looked at little Howard and the 6 other grandchildren we got, we started thinking about where we're going. Where is Howard going to work? Who's he going to work with? Who's he going to work for? You know, who's maybe one day maybe he'll own his own business, just like here. What will Mississippi look like in 2030 and 2040 when they're approaching the workforce and doing the things we have to do? And with that, Lynn and I decided that the best, most effective way to use the talents we've got is to run for lieutenant governor. And so I'm going to apply for that job. And I want to tell you what we're committed to. we're committed to having an educated workforce. That begins at 4 years old in Mississippi, and it goes through it. With public education doesn't prosper, we won't prosper as a state. Just as simple as that. So that committed that part, and our public education teachers are not paid. They're not paid properly. So they need to be compensated to a level that will attract and maintain them in the workforce. Educated workforce is where I'll spend at least half of my time going forward. And when we started our government as it exists today in 1890, we just kept adding on until what? Now we have 207 agency boards and commissions. And they've been built just as an add-on, like kudzu. Now I think it's time, I'm serious, it is like kudzu. Every time we need something else, it sprung up over here. We need to relook at how our government is functioning, and we need to build it from the citizen, from the customer up, just like I do in my office. It's not that hard. My budget this year is less than the day I started 12 years ago. We can do this, and we can free up dollars that go to other things we need, like teachers, and other things we need. Infrastructure. There's Highway 2325 extension, which is sometimes referred to as the Toyota extension here. 8 miles of 4-lane highway. We're not building any new highways in Mississippi. We can't exist on not having new infrastructure. That needs to go so that our plants here, the Toyota plants and others, can meet with the Huntsville plants. 15, Highway 15 from Ripley on down. All that 4 lanes long been needed in Mississippi. We, in North Mississippi, as you're growing, because y'all work here, y'all care about public education here, you care about your community here, you practice your faith, and you raise your families. That's the reason that it's growing right now like it's growing here. And the infrastructure has to grow with it. Without that, we end up short. Real pleased to have Sheriff here. We've had, I think, over 50 sheriffs have endorsed us since we started. And the law enforcement part will have a friend in our office. They risk for little or no compensation every single day. We've seen the tragedies we've had around Mississippi. They risk their lives to protect us and allow us to prosper and allow us to have safe homes to come home and protect our children. So our law enforcement is very special to us. We'll be working with our National Guard about replacing our people that are coming back. You know, somebody's going to be lieutenant governor, somebody's going to be committed to just what I told you I was committed to. Y'all will make that selection. In a free and fair country like ours, we'll make that selection. We have a very bright future. And that future is your future, it's our future.